Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if this is your first time here, I'm really glad you stopped by. Today we're diving into something that's been getting fans talking non-stop, and that's Fallout Season 2, Episode 6. Whether you're fully caught up or just following the buzz online, this episode feels like one of those turning point moments that changes how we see the entire season. By the time we reach Episode 6, Fallout Season 2 has already done a great job of pulling us deeper into its brutal but fascinating world. This isn't just a show about surviving radiation, mutants, and crumbling cities. It's about people, power, control, and the choices we make when the world no longer plays by any rules. Episode 6 sits right in the middle of all that tension, and you can almost feel the story tightening its grip. One of the biggest things this episode brings to the table is emotional pressure. Characters we've been following are no longer just reacting to danger, they're being forced to confront who they really are. Think about how far some of them have come since Season 1. Are they still driven by hope, or has survival hardened them into something else entirely? And if you were in their place, would you still recognize yourself after everything they've been through? This episode also leans heavily into the idea of control versus freedom, which has always been a core theme in Fallout. We see situations where safety is offered, but at a cost. Protection sounds good in a wasteland, right? But what happens when protection means giving up your choices, your identity, or even your ability to think freely? Episode 6 quietly asks a really uncomfortable question. Is it better to be safe and controlled, or free and constantly at risk? Another thing that really stands out here is how trust is handled. Trust in the Fallout universe is fragile, and Episode 6 puts that fragility on full display. Alliances feel shaky, conversations carry double meanings, and every friendly gesture feels like it might hide something darker underneath. As a viewer, you're constantly wondering who's telling the truth and who's just saying what they need to survive. It makes you stop and think, how quickly would you trust someone in a world like this, especially if trusting the wrong person could cost you everything? There's also a strong sense in this episode that the past is finally catching up with the present. Fallout has always been great at reminding us that the world didn't just end overnight. It was shaped by decisions made long before the bombs fell. Episode 6 hints that some of the chaos we're seeing now is the direct result of old choices, old technologies, and old ambitions that never truly disappeared. It raises a powerful thought. Can a broken world ever really move forward if it keeps repeating the same mistakes? Visually and tonally, this episode feels heavier. The environments seem more claustrophobic, the silences last longer, and even the action scenes feel more tense than explosive. It's like the show wants you to sit with the discomfort instead of distracting you from it. And honestly, that's what makes it so effective. It doesn't rush. It lets moments breathe, forcing you to absorb the consequences of what's happening rather than just watching things blow up. What really makes Episode 6 memorable, though, is how it sets the stage for what's coming next. You can feel the momentum building. Characters are being pushed into corners, secrets are getting harder to hide, and it's becoming clear that not everyone is going to make it out of this season the same way they went in. It makes you wonder who's about to change for the better and who's about to cross a line they can't come back from. As viewers, we're also challenged to reflect on our own values. If the world collapsed tomorrow, what would you fight to protect? Your family? Your freedom? Your sense of morality? Fallout doesn't give easy answers, and Episode 6 especially refuses to tell you what's right or wrong. Instead, it asks you to sit with the question and decide for yourself, and that's what makes it so compelling. By the time the episode ends, there's this lingering feeling that something big is just around the corner. It doesn't rely on a massive cliffhanger to hook you. Instead, it leaves you with ideas, doubts, and questions that stay in your mind long after the screen goes dark. And honestly, those are the episodes that tend to stick with us the longest. Now I want to hear from you. What did Episode 6 make you think about the most? Was it the moral choices, the tension between characters, or the hints about the past shaping the future? Do you think the characters are making the right decisions, or are they already heading toward disaster? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of those episodes where different perspectives really make the conversation more interesting. If you enjoyed this breakdown and you want more Fallout content as the season continues, make sure to hit that like button. It really helps support the channel. Share this video with a friend who's also watching the show, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss future discussions, theories, and reactions. Thanks so much for spending your time here with me, and I'll see you in the next one.